Let us continue our discussion on Introduction to Operating System. As you already know, an operating system provides an environment for the execution of the program. Let us discuss about the various services provided by the operating system. Here is a diagrammatic representation of various services offered by an operating system. One of the important services that the operating system provides is a user interface. The user interface is something that allows the user to interact with the computer via the operating system. There are different types of user interfaces that you can find in different operating systems. The simplest one is a command line interface. In command line interface, you provide the text-based commands using keyboard to perform the task by the operating system. Examples are command prompt in Windows or the terminal you have in Linux-based system. In batch interface, set of commands are executed together. Commands and directives to control those commands are entered into the files and those files are executed. This was very common in earlier systems. The most common interface in modern operating system is Graphical User Interface or GUI, which provides a visual way of interacting with the computer using items such as windows, icons and menus. The next service that are provided by the operating system is program execution. The operating system must provide support for execution of the program. It should be able to load the program into memory and it should be able to run that program and end the program execution either normally or abnormally. In case the program ends abnormally due to some error code will be given back to the user so that the user can understand what was happened. The next service that the operating system provides is the I/O operations or the input-output operations. A running program may require input-output devices and this input-output operation should be provided by the operating system. The user cannot directly control the I/O devices. It is the operating system that actually controls the usage of I/O devices. File system manipulation is another service that is provided by the operating system. A program needs to read and write files. The operating system must control how these files are manipulated. It allows programs to create, delete, read or write files and directories. It also controls the permissions that is given to certain programs or users to access certain files. Next service that is provided by the operating system is communication. Communication means communication between various processes. For example, the value of a variable in one program may be required by another program. Communication is done either through shared memory or through message passing. The operating system should synchronize this communication so that their execution can be done in an efficient way. Next service is error detection. Error can occur in CPU, memory, I/O devices or other hardware or in the user program. Division by zero is an error in user program. When printing something, if the paper is out, you are not able to print it. This is a hardware error. An operating system must be aware of all the errors and should be able to handle such type of errors. When an error occurs, the system should not completely break down. The system should have some way to manage the error so that your computing is consistent and it is still carried out on even if some error occurs. Sometimes operating system may also provide error correction or debugging facilities. Next service provided by the operating system is resource allocation. All the process requires some resources at certain point of time. The resources can be the CPU, the files, it may be the input-output devices and so on. Operating system should allocate resources to the process in such a way that all the process gets the resources in order to execute them efficiently. Next service that is provided by the operating system is accounting. Accounting is to keep track of which users use how much and what kind of resources. This record keeping may be used for accounting so that users can be billed or simply for accumulating usage statistics. Next service provided by the operating system is protection and security. When several disjoint processes execute concurrently, it should not be possible for one process to interfere with others or with the operating system itself. Protection involves ensuring that all access to system resources is controlled. Security of the system from outsiders is also important. We should make sure that outsiders requires authentication. In general, the operating system provides two types of services: functions that are helpful to the user and the second set of functions ensure efficient operation of the system. User interface, program execution, I/O operations, file system management, communication and error detection are the services that are helpful to the users. Resource allocation, accounting, protection and security are the functions for ensuring the efficient operation of the system. Now let us see what is the kernel of an operating system. Kernel is a core part of the operating system that is always resident in the memory. It talks directly to our hardware and manages our system resources. A kernel is actually not the operating system but the heart of the operating system. So everything else other than than the kernel can be called a system program or an application program. Kernel is the basic thing that always executes. The kernel is loaded into memory when the computer is switched on and remains in memory till we shut down the system. The CPU supports two modes of execution, the kernel mode and the user mode. User mode is the non-privileged mode and the kernel mode is a privileged mode. In user mode, the CPU cannot execute certain instructions. In kernel mode, CPU can execute all instructions including privileged instructions. In user mode, some access to the hardware resource is restricted. Full access to hardware resources is allowed in kernel mode. In user mode, certain area of the memory are protected from user access. Programs working in user mode cannot access the memory location occupied by the operating system. In kernel mode, all area of the memory, including the protected area, can be accessed. User program executes in user mode and kernel program executes in kernel mode. Now, let us discuss about the system calls in operating system. System calls are the interface between processes and the kernel. System call is a request to the operating system to perform some activity. System calls are like function calls that invoke portion of the operating system to run. Consider this example. So when this program executes, the library function printf is invoked. The printf function will in turn invoke the write system call. When a system call is invoked, the processor will switch to the kernel mode and the control is passed to the kernel. The kernel will then execute the implementation of the write system call. After executing the system call function, the CPU switches back to the user mode and the user process will resume its execution from where it actually stopped. System calls can be roughly grouped into 6 categories: process control, file management, device management, information maintenance, communication, and protection. Let us discuss some examples in each categories. The first category is the process control. This category includes the system calls that are used to control the process. Some examples of process control system calls are: end the process normally or abort the process in case an error occurs, to load and execute the program, to create new process or terminate the existing one, wait for an event to occur or signal that an event has occurred, allocate memory and free memory once it finishes its usage. The second category is file management. These are the system calls that are used for manipulating your files. System calls are required to read and delete the file, to open them and to close them. In order to perform the read, write and reposition operations, we need the system calls. Device management is a group of system calls that are used to manage the I/O and other devices. In order to use a device, the process first requests the device. After using it, the process has to release it. Once the device has been requested, the process can read, write and reposition the device. Then you have system calls to logically attach or detach devices. For example, when you eject the pen drive, you are logically detaching the device. Information maintenance means all the information about our system must be maintained and must be updated. For example, the date and time. Get time or date, set time or date. Get system data, set system data. Get process, file or device attributes, set process, file or device attributes. So these are some of the examples for information maintenance system calls. Communication system calls are used for communication between the various processes or devices. Examples include create and delete communication connection, send and receive messages, transfer status information, attach or detach remote devices. And the last category is protection. So there are system calls that will control access to resources, get and set permissions, allow and deny user access. So these are the protection related system calls that should be available. Some examples of system calls available in Linux as well as in Windows are shown here.